Yeah, so I want to break down these skills that you talk about, the entrepreneurial mindset. So we have adaptability and resilience, thriving in a world of constant change. We have critical thinking and problem solving, the power of asking the right questions. We have creativity and innovation, doing what AI cannot, emotional intelligence and leadership, the human advantage, technological fluency and digital literacy, knowing how to use AI wisely, initiative and entrepreneurial mindset, creating opportunities instead of waiting for them. So, how practically, and you do address this in this book in a very practical way, but if you can give us maybe a few examples of how practically we can help our kids acquire this skill set.
Certainly. So, these 6 traits can be brought out in a daily basis. I have the traits up on the wall, and it's a way for me to just constantly think about, all right, which of these traits do we want to build upon today and drive? But I'll give an example of sometimes it's really amazing to see that your kids may have this already innately in them, and sometimes we actually squash it. And so the question is, how do we not squash it? An example I'll give is my daughter used to love to read the Maisie books, and one of the Maisie's books was around Maisie's lemonade stand. And so at 4, my daughter wanted to do a lemonade stand. And the question is, at 4, there's a lot of learning that needs to occur. I could have squeezed. We had a lemon tree. We're in California with tons of lemon trees. I could have squeezed the lemons. I could have made it all 4, but it was very intentional that even at 4, I was going to have her actually squeeze the lemons and create the product. It was fine that it took longer. It wasn't about how much money we were going to work, but I was extremely intentional around ensuring that she was learning through the process. And so this is critical thinking. This is problem solving. When she's first starting to squeeze the lemon, it's flying off everywhere and the seeds are going everywhere and she's getting her hands all dirty. So we needed to be adaptable. And we had to be resilient and we had to go through it. It's just learning those processes. And then I took pictures along the way so that when she wanted to create her poster, there was a picture of her actually trying to do it. And so then her customers are like, wow, your 4-year-old actually did this. So then she started to hear the reinforcement with it. But then this was the really funny part. And as I mentioned, I've been a chief marketing officer. So I think I know marketing pretty well. When we were doing the poster, she wanted to write on there that we were going to give away free dog and cat treats at this table. And I almost stopped dead in my tracks of like, cat treats? You got to be kidding me. Like, Maddie, no one's walking their cat. But I didn't. Because that wasn't what it wasn't about. It wasn't about me being right. But guess what? I wasn't right. But at the time, I'm thinking this is about me being right. No one's going to walk their cat. She wanted to put on there that we're going to give away free and dog and cat treats because in our neighborhood, a lot of people walk their pets. And so lo and behold, we set up her lemonade stand and cat lovers saw that it said free cat treats, even though they weren't walking their cat. They're like, oh my gosh, you included my pet? You included my cat? And so they started to give her more donations for the lemonade. So when you think about creativity and innovation, at the earliest age, she had a very creative and innovative way to connect with her customers, which is part of emotional intelligence and leadership. It exists in our young people, but so often we squash it because our experience says something else. And so when I talk about how we do this, it's at the most basic level of when your child demonstrates something they're interested in. They're really interested into Minecraft, or they're very interested into Transformers, or they're very interested in their Hot Wheels. Maybe talk with them about, so what do you think we could do about it? Do you want to invite your friends over and do you want to create a contest? It's not about money, but they're going to start doing a lot of entrepreneurial thinking. And guess what? You're going to keep them really busy for 3 or 4 hours as they're going to be thinking through how can they create a race or create a track that they can invite their friends over to do their Hot Wheels, right? And then they can have some prizes or some trophies. There are so many ways in which we can foster this entrepreneurial mindset in play without using digital devices that allow them then to take that forward in a digital world when the time is right.